Alright guys, stream should be live. I still need about 3 minutes to do a Discord announcement, pull up chat, and do other such tasks. So if you're watching the VOD, feel free to skip the first 3 minutes. Alright guys, stream should be live. Alright, chat's pulled up. Stream announcements. Yuri time. Boom, bam, at everyone. I wonder how many people in the Discord now. About 160 apparently. Alright, Discord announcement done. What's going on, Floof? How you doing, bud? How was your week? Any highlights? Any games you've been playing? Still working on Persona stuff or doing anything different? What's up? Put this in a few playlists. Set some tags here. Yumeutsutsu. Re after Yuri visual novel. Alright, one more thing and then we're good to go. Alright, we can officially begin the stream. Doctor visits and vibing, playing Pokemon Conquest. I forgot what that's like. I remember watching a friend stream Pokemon Conquest, but I forgot what the gameplay was like. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe I could get a description of the genre. Okay, so it's a tactical role-playing game. Okay, yeah, because I remember it was like very different from like your typical Pokemon games. I was telling people during my earlier stream that I myself am considering getting back into Pokemon. So I purchased a 2DS and I purchased, I think, Pokemon White. One of those two, either white or black. I don't know which one I bought, but I bought one of them. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into try to get back into Pokemon myself. Are the doctor visits going well, Floof? Good news or so-so news? How's that going? Also, this is a, for Floof and anybody else who might not know, this game is sort of the sequel to Yumeutsutsu Remaster, which is like, I guess, base game. And it has sort of, I guess, like, different endings, like different routes that I guess you would have post-game. And this is the later half, I guess, of Nana's route. She's a blonde-haired girl. And because I started this 2 Saturdays ago, I think. And I didn't finish, and there might be about an hour or so left, we'll see. But we're continuing on. After receiving a push from Sachan, I have decided on some things. I'm still unsure of which path I should go down, but I've decided to move forward regardless. People cannot change, that's what my stepmother used to say. But it's the trying that's important, even if you cannot change in the end. Nana? I hear an uneasy voice and turn to face it. On the border between the shopping district and the business district straddles an out-of-the-way shrine. Once during a season like this one, I had shown eye to this secret place of mine. Branches and leaves lay atop one another to create a natural tunnel between the main temple building and a wayside shrine. Floof going a vibe. I mean, that's cool and all, but Floof not gonna answer my questions though? What happened? How do Floof check points? You use the points command. So it's exclamation point and then the word points. Like this. I don't think it'll show me mine because I don't think I have points. I also don't think Streamlabs is here yet. It was here during the earlier stream. I'm not sure when it will show up to this stream. But it is turned on. Oh, it's here. Okay, well that's good. Floof was out changing pants, so you didn't hear any of my questions or comments. Feels bad. Well, I said that I'm getting back into Pokemon myself. I said that I bought a 2DS and that I I got Pokemon White or Black. I forgot which one, but I got one of them. I ordered it on eBay. And then I asked you 2 questions. My first question was, how are things going? Are you still playing Persona or any other games? You think you said doctor visits? And then that was my second question. How's the doctor stuff going? Is it going well? Is it going so-so? How's your health holding up? Changing out pants for laundry. I'm glad that you're staying atop your duties. I used to have a 3DS, but I sold it. You know, like an idiot. And yeah, I bought a 2DS now. It was about 110 bucks, which I think was pretty cheap, and it's in working condition. They showed pictures, good condition. And then I managed to get Pokemon White for about 70 bucks, which is pretty good because a lot of people are charging anywhere between 100 to 500. So 70 seemed like the lowest price, so I was like, alright, fuck it, I may as well. Severe malnutrition and also internal organ damage from it, so yeah. How did that happen though? You haven't been eating? You haven't been able to eat? What happened? My body is kind of in an unstable state. I mean, yeah, if you're malnourished, I would imagine. But what the heck happened though? Branches and leaves lay atop one another to create a natural tunnel between the main temple, building a wayside shrine. Within the tunnel, the dusk filters in between the leaves, and there stands Ayatori. It'd be hot if they showed Ai in like a shrine maiden outfit, but she's not a shrine maiden. I'm sorry for bringing you all the way out here. It's fine. Ai looks a little uneasy, but as soon as I see her, she notices how the light filtering through the trees looks like little fishes and breaks into a smile. It reminds me of back then. You were taking so many photographs. A whole year's passed since that day. The season is the same, but the position of the 2 women from those memories has changed quite a bit. My dad always was a drunk, and sometimes he would withhold food for lunch, or the entire day if I did something bad as a punishment. That's interesting. I mean, I know like in some schools, at least when you were younger, you probably could have gotten free lunch. And then I don't know. I mean, I know you're going to university, you're probably paying for that maybe. But I thought you might have also been working. I know a lot of people in the Discord work. I thought you would have been able to get by at least some cheap meals, like some rice or something. You're born with a deficiency. The only deficiency I have, which I hear everybody has, is vitamin D, apparently. That kind of just made it worse. I started out with a basic nutrient deficiency. That just made it worse, dang. I hope it improves, Floof. I mean, it's probably gonna be tough now, because you need that strength to work a good job, and if you're not eating, it's gonna be hard to have the strength, but you need the strength to get money to eat. So it's kind of a cycle, but I hope you find a way to break out of it. I know sometimes they have like, you know, soup kitchens and things like that. People that'll give out meals for free. Maybe in churches or in different places, local schools. I don't know if there's a way that you could ever find like something like that, but maybe they could help out. I'm working on a way to get away from that. Yeah, I know you've been working on that for a while now. I knew you before that day, but it was only since you showed me this place that I was truly able to face you. Then after I showed you this place, I showed you the riverbank, where I used to practice my acting, didn't I? As Ai smiles and tells me how she could never forget, I think about how she's probably about to dump me, and it feels like there's a huge lump in my throat. I suddenly feel like I'm about to cry, and I clench my teeth. Nana, I think the sun is getting in my eyes. I can't help but slightly laugh inside for resorting to a line you'd find in an old movie. I have made up my mind. I'm going to ask you something a little uncomfortable, and I hope that you'll forgive me. What? I stare into Ai's eyes and attempt to ask if she has had a change of heart about me. Those words are like poison, and my throat will not let them through. Both my body and soul reject my suspicions, and the question that may give me an answer I don't want. I never used to have anything, so now when I do have something, I always get too attached, whether it's possessions, things, or even people. I don't want to let I go, no matter what I have to give in exchange. I'd even quit my job as a voice actress. I stares at me with a stiff expression. It's a mix of uneasiness and confusion. But... I think you're misunderstanding something, Nana. Huh? Look, maybe this makes me sound conceited. But you're angry that I get along so well with my tennis coach, aren't you? Dang, bro. Called it out. And with a blush, too. After she brings up one of my worries, I become even stiffer than I. Sachan smiles like the summer sky and tells me that Sachan told her. Wait, was that a typo? I think they meant to say that I smiles like the summer sky. She said you happened to see me once when I was taking a lesson. Oh, yeah, that's true, but my coach is teaching me with all her heart. Nothing more, nothing less. Just in case it's that. It was just this one time when she told me that she had played a game that our company made, and we got really excited. You probably saw me then. Oh, that's nice. She explains quickly, nodding her head energetically to emphasize her explanation. All I can do is keep shaking my head like some kind of toy. I thought she was gonna say like some kind of idiot, but okay. So I don't want you to misunderstand, Nana. You're the only one I like around here, and I don't mean just normal like, I mean love. I am? I'm doing a bit better though. I'm glad things are improving, or at least moving in the right direction, Floof, and I'm glad that, you know, you at least know what the challenges are and you're making the effort to change those things. Once I'm finally able to be free, I can start working on getting better. Yeah. And I wish that, you know, you reach that point soon. What's happening with your brother? Your brother is younger or older? I think he's younger, right? Is your brother also, you know, aware of the need to escape the situation, or what's happening with that? Are you guys working together, or? Well, would you look at that? Good thing you started in time. Hey, yo, Nico, what's going on, BL Zeno? Also, just this picture, man. It's amazing. We need a screenshot of this. That way I can, yeah, this is gonna be the thumbnail. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. Let me just get a screenshot. We gotta get rid of the text. That's in the way. And we'll get rid of my little love emote. Very briefly. I'll smile at the camera. I think he showed his teeth a minute ago, like for a proper smile, but I don't think we're gonna get that one again, my little avatar. Alright guys, let me take a moment to turn this into a thumbnail, if you don't mind. My bro is older by 2 years. Oh, really? I thought he was younger for some reason. You know why? I remember a long time ago, it might have been in Tenmuki's chat, when you talked about your brother. You sounded protective of your brother at the time. So I assumed at the time that they were younger than you. Maybe I misunderstood something. He's currently going through a double hip replacement next week. Oh, man. Okay. I wish the best for your brother as well. Are you guys working together to, you know, escape your situation? Like maybe rent an apartment together or do something as a team, kinda? Because, you know, that would probably ease the burden off both of you. Alright, I'm currently playing around with these screenshots. I gotta get them set up. That way we could change the thumbnail and have a thumbnail that's like more relevant to the stream instead of just like general and generic. Because the thumbnail that I had before was like very very general. Alright, I'm gonna go with this one. I took 2 screenshots. One of them, my mouth is open and looks a little dopey, but at least there's more emotion. Whereas the other one, the smile looks just kind of like hard to put into words. Or it looks kind of like unimpressed. And I'm like, this is an impressive moment. You should not look unimpressed. So let's go with this second screenshot that I took. We'll call it IXNana. That way it's easy to find in my folder when I reset the thumbnail in just a sec. Alright. Here I am in YouTube Studio. Change thumbnail. Picture folder should be at the top somewhere. I and Nana. Boom, there it is. Save changes. That's a hot thumbnail, man. You got these 2 girls embracing, and then you got me. That way, you know, it's a VTuber doing everything. And yeah, there you go. That works out better. Feeling like a load has been taken off, I draw her into a hug. I wrap my arms around her soft and light body. I'm so happy. Are they gonna kiss? That's what I really need. Why? Ai looks up at me. Her pure eyes are captivating. Her scent makes my heart feel fulfilled. I know that I made you worry, but you were jealous, weren't you? Look. Of course I was. That used to happen a lot before, but lately you just didn't seem to care that much. I thought that you had lost interest in me. I quickly tell her that's not the case. Finally able to get my true feelings out of my mouth, I hug Ai tight. There's no way. I thought that you were the one who was sick of me. That would never happen. I love you now and forever. You're the most precious person in the world to me. Ai is snug in my arms, and her words give me salvation. She was the first person to recognize a nobody like me. You're the one I love most too. I love you so much. I was giving my parents a massage because they had quite a work. What's a massage? Tell me more about that. Is that a type of food or something? Or, oh, a massage? Could be a massage as well. Good. There's still the matter of kids. Her refusal to live with me. Still things that I want to ask her about. This warmth in my arms makes me feel so safe. I don't mind having to move forward just a little at a time. Having been able to overcome the words of my stepmother, I hug the woman I love so tight that it's as if her very face is etched into my heart. Okay, I'm glad that they're not ending there, because I almost felt like they were gonna end there, but I'm like, there's quite a bit that's unresolved that we need to tie some loose ends. 8 days before the storm. Okay, yeah, I almost forgot that there was this incoming storm. Bad English? No, that's okay. I'm glad you were able to help them out. You were so cute. It wasn't me who said those words, it was I. It has been 3 days since I reconfirmed her feelings for me, and I breathed a huge sigh of relief, and now I've invited her on a date to an art gallery on our day off. We never usually plan our dates, but this time I wanted to do something different. So I proposed that we go to this hot new art exhibition that I saw on the news this morning. As we head to the aforementioned gallery in Ueno, I'm immediately confused by the amount of people there right after we step off the train. Wondering if it's for an event at a park close by, I take Ai by the hand so that we don't get separated and head towards the gallery. But the closer we get to the gallery, the more people there are, and I begin to make out an ominous line. That's when I realize that these people are also all heading for the gallery. The exhibition is a roaring success. But overwhelmed by the amount of people and the length of the line, mine and Ai's admiration for art vanishes and we decide to walk around a large pond before heading to the zoo like Ai has been suggesting. Then, they were so cute. I haven't been to the zoo for such a long time. I smile to Ai and tell her that the plans may have changed, but I'm smiling since I'm so glad I came out. It was the first time to go to a zoo for me, but it was pretty fun. I thought that the elephants were the cutest. Their peepers were so adorable. After I accidentally let the word peepers slip, I repeats it, and I can't help but blush in embarrassment. I try to steer the subject away by asking Ai which animal she thought was cutest. I think the kangaroos were the cutest. Seeing them lying around like that reminded me of my parents on their days off. Jesus Christ. If that's what they remind you of, then I feel sorry for them. We laugh. My heart feels so light that the gloominess from before seems like years ago. But I still haven't asked her about those other two things. About kids, and about why she refused to live together. Nana, this Malayan sun bear is such an entertainer. I have to ask about those at some point. Hey, Nana? But not right now. Nana? Huh? What? Oh. I asked if I was listening to her. Oh boy, I should save the game. This, like the other story? Kokoro's story only had like, I think 1 or 2 points where you could make a decision, but this one has had like 4 so far. It has a lot of points. You were talking about the animals, right? I was. Which animal? Oh, are they gonna give me another thing? It's a sun bear. Unsure what to say. The bear's sign flashing in the electronic district jumps out at me. A bear, right? I guess. Ai's eyes immediately widen. I'm so sorry. You really were listening after all. I'm sorry for being so mean. Hey, you better be sorry. I listened to my whammon. So what have I also missed while I was away for a few minutes? We missed their tight embrace. Speed ran my chores. Also, a big reason my bro is not able to do much is because he's disabled, and we'll be getting a double hip replacement by next week. Oh, okay. So he's more like severely disabled then. I don't think I knew that, or I didn't recall it, or I didn't know the extent of it. Okay. It might still help though for you two to be together. I know it'll definitely help your bro at least. It's fine. I was zoning out a little. You were? Have you had enough sleep? Do you feel sick? As Ai frets about me, I pretend to fidget inside my pockets. My eyes were just distracted by the extremely beautiful woman right in front of me. I wonder if she'll let me have them back. I hold my hands out in jest, and I pretend to hand them back with a humph. Anyway, have you done everything that you wanted to now, Ai? She holds up the bag to say she has. Being as proactive about her job as she is, I decided that she wanted to do some market research as we talked about what to do next on the way home from the zoo, so we visited several game stores. What's wrong with Estonia and dentists? Are they very expensive? Do you not have a lot of them? What's going on? I managed to see most of the best sellers and talk to some of the sales staff. So then, what shall... I find Ai's gaze is fixed on a couple. No, her gaze is fixed on 2 parents with a kid. Maybe we should go around some realtors so I can look for a new place to live. What? I'm getting more work as a voice actress now, and I think it would be easier to live closer to work. I rejected my idea of living together. She never said anything outright, so I just tested her to see what she would say. Nana, were you really going to leave the dormitory? I'm going to have to start focusing on my career more soon, so I want a place that's more secure and closer to the station. I see. Plus, a lot of my voice acting seniors have pets. Nana would kind of like a place where I can have pets too. I want something big, like the Vice Prez. That sounds like a lot of fun. Her expression lightens as if she's imagining playing with Banako at home. Now's my chance. And if I want to have a pet, then I'll need a pretty big place, so living alone would be... I broach the subject, but... Oh! Ai is on guard. I see Ai's expression stiffen and trail off. Ai's gaze stiffens at... Wait, not at me. She's looking over my shoulder. I turn around to follow her gaze to see... Hey, isn't that Nana Tachibana? Oh god. She's so pretty. Who's that beside her? People who recognize me letting out pleased shrieks. I guess I'm not going to be able to come to places like this anymore soon. I'm okay, let's leave before they cause the scene. She says, I go to take her hand, but... Let's go, Nana. This is why you can't be famous, guys. It's not good. I pulls back as though she's been scorched by something hot, and I feel faint suspicion begins to take root. No, because too many people, like 1,200 people, need dentists, and me and family are already waiting like 1 year. Dentists for me mostly. My siblings already go, but not me. That's why? Oh, that's not fun. I understand. Someone once laughed at... I mean, that's kind of... I mean, it sounds like you don't have enough dentists then. Because if you had more dentists around, you wouldn't have to wait so much for a specific dentist or something, you know? Someone once laughed at me and said, I thought that you were someone more like a block of cheese full of holes than an actual human being. Ask someone else what that's supposed to mean. And they reply, they're probably complimenting you. That's someone else's hate, glass in hand. They're probably trying to tell you that you're surprisingly put together. Well, that's okay then. By the way, Sachan, you're getting through those drinks quickly today. Cocktails are basically juice. She proclaims, red-faced, eyes looking after her. I thought that we'd have a relaxing evening, but... I had finished dinner a little early before borrowing a couple of movies we wanted to see and heading home when, on the way back, we bump into Hate, and then into Sachan in front of the dormitory, and then somehow... We've really been drinking together a lot lately. Hey, are you even listening to me? Yes, I'm listening. I say absent-mindedly, and Sachan pours me another glass of wine. She's in a good mood because the writing is going so well. Look, I'm telling you, when I took that cab with the president, the driver was going on and on about how it would be crowded tomorrow because it's Friday. Okay. No, not okay. That's normal, right? I mean, it's Friday, so you think it would be crowded. I guess so. And the driver was being so serious about it. So we just shut up and listened, but the kicker is that tomorrow is Tuesday. I burst out laughing as though the alcohol has gone right to my head. Hate also looks like she found it funny. Speaking of nonsense, sometimes I think about what if I became editor-in-chief of my own comics magazine and what I would call it. Laughable, I know. I know what you mean, you just think about nothing useful. Yeah, I would be better using that time thinking about work, but... Sachan shouts something about not wanting to think about work when she's trying to sleep. I kinda agree with her, but... I don't really have time to get lost in thought anymore. I think suspiciously about the dark expression that I sometimes shows and that I need to do something about it. Right now, she's just enjoying her drink. I should just remain cheerful for now. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Like, dark expression that I shows, because I is not... She's not the type that would have dark expressions. She's like the bubbly type. That's how I view her anyway. And she's kind of like smiling, like sweet and a little introverted. I don't know. She's a rare little flower. Many dentists left your country for no reason. They just took many and left and don't even care to help other people. I think there's a reason. I think they left your country because, I hate to say it, but they could probably make more money in other countries. And let's be real, they're gonna chase after the money. A lot of people say that they want to be doctors or dentists and things like that to help people, but come on, you know they're lying. They want to be doctors and dentists so they can make money. And they're gonna go wherever the money is best. I do hope that you get your dentist soon though, man, because this sucks. I myself want to go to a dentist soon. I was thinking about going this week, but we'll see. Bar 10, we're out of alcohol, bring the next round. I say okay and head to the fridge. I remember that the pistol's in the dish cupboard next to it and come to my senses slightly. Whatever, for now I should just enjoy drinking. I decide in my heart, taking a can of lemon sour from the fridge, that's when. I notice something like an envelope in the newspaper slot in the door. I put the can in my left hand and take out what's in the envelope. Inside the envelope is a letter. I awkwardly try to open the letter with one hand. The moment I see the handwriting, I see a dark force sway and feel my insides twist. It's a deep force that no one else except me knows. Somewhere where a single moment can stretch on for hours. This kind, but impossible letter is from my stepmother. Not my stepmother who taught me how to survive and is now somewhere far away, but from the stepmother who treated me with affection. The stepmother who died. I've been missing one tooth, middle of my mouth, for 3 years because dentists discovered I have X-toothing. That's a thing? I never heard of that. 5 days before the storm. Hey, you've made a mistake here with the sender's name. I may be staring straight at the screen, but I'm not really looking at it. If I don't make a conscious effort to concentrate, my world becomes blurry and all I can do is turn over the events of 3 days ago again and again in my mind. Nana? A letter from my deceased stepmother. What I received in my newspaper slot was a letter from the stepmother who died when I was still a child. The letter itself didn't contain anything malicious or frightening, but everything is beginning to make sense. Like the bouquet of flowers and letters from whom I thought was an anonymous fan, and how my door keeps being unlocked. What if my dead stepmother was behind those? And the reason why I was so scared when that woman pointed her pistol at me and imitated my stepmother's voice, maybe it's because she's still alive. She disappeared for some reason, and if that reason has something to do with the other stepmother, then it wouldn't be strange for her to feel confused and scared because of the regret. Yo, I don't know what's going on with her, like, family history, because I don't remember her family history from base game. Maybe I just didn't go down that route with the choices I made, but this is, like, needlessly complicated of a background story for a visual novel where I just want to see girls kiss. Nana. Huh? Oh. Nana's hot though, man. Jesus. All of a sudden my shoulders are being shaken and I snap back to reality. I turn to face the person with their hands on me and... What's the matter? Are you sick? My desk neighbor, Kokoro Yanagiya, is looking down at me with a worried expression. Oh no, I just didn't get much sleep last night. You didn't? You know what I love you to do? Read scary manga. I love those stuff. Like, literally scary stuff like blood, ghosts, and also little jump scare animation. Well, guess what, BLZeno? That ain't gonna be what we're doing here. I think you recommended that before, and I think I shot it down before. Because as I explained before, this community is mainly supposed to be Yuri first and foremost, which I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's supposed to be Yuri first and foremost, and then Genshin second, and then other things. But horror isn't one of the things that are part of our themes here. What's going on, Lord? It's been a long time. How you doing, bud? Have you been keeping up with Genshin at all? I know you were like busy with school stuff, I believe, right? What's going on? You didn't. Lately, you've been zoning out all the time, so I thought you might be sick. If you're doing too many anime series and games, then you need to lay off them a little. You're right, I'll be careful. As I apologize reflexively, Kokoro's face doesn't show any signs of relief, as if she's really hung up on something. I do know that you're busy with your voice actress work. Look, I will check these too, but please don't be negligent, Nana. I say that I've got it. I pretend I don't notice eyes staring at me, with even more worry than her little sister. I said that I'd be careful, but... there's a mistake in the proviso on this receipt. I look over the receipt with a fuzzy head and a sigh. I can see the errors now. Even if it's just by a small amount, the notary will go ballistic, so just be careful, okay? I'm completely unable to concentrate. I say that I'll be careful, but it's really on only lip service at this point. I've fallen into a vicious cycle. I'll be careful. I try saying once again. Yelp. Uh-oh. I hear a sudden whine and jump back in surprise myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on your tail, didn't I? My other friend does those, but they didn't make no more video and stream for a year, and yet I miss them making those. Oh man, it feels bad, man. If I ever find that type of content from like another content creator, I'll try to send it to you so you could enjoy. I pressed my heads together and apologized to a disgruntled sounding Banako. She growls for a moment, but... woof. She barks as if telling me to be more careful next time and disappears back into the president's office. I'll be careful. That is all I can say to the dog who has already disappeared. I've been busy with school, so I hardly play now. Have you pulled for anyone, or are you saving? I pulled this morning. So if you want to see my pulls, you know, the link is in the stream announcements channel. And then the timestamps are in the VOD. So you can skip straight to the pulls. I won't spoil the pulls for you. What I will say is that I was pulling for Hu Tao's weapon, the Staff of Homa, because I have her on Asia, so I was like, you know, let me get her weapon. And then what I did previously was I pulled for Zhao, I think 3 weeks ago, and that video is up with timestamps as well. Prior to that, I pulled for Raiden's Shogun on her 3rd banner, and prior to that, I pulled for Nahida. So those are all of the things that I've pulled for, like, most recently. And now the next banners are apparently gonna be Ayaka and Shenhe. So I have Ayaka and her sword on Americas. Thinking of saving some pulls for her weapon, maybe on Asia and Europe, and I might go for Shenhe on Americas. So yeah, those are all the things that I've pulled for and all the things that I'm saving for. It's a lot of excitement. I'm trying to spread out the excitement too. I don't know why I mostly love scary stuff, then love other kinds. I don't know. I don't know either, man. Everybody's different, you know. You like what you like, man. It's okay. I hear someone call my name. I'll be careful. I answer as a reflex. The coffee in the cup that I'm holding sways, but I managed to stop it spilling with my hand. Phew. I'm sorry for startling you. A voice says, entering the break room. Aye. Did you spill any? She asks nervously. I tell her that I didn't. I pour her a cup of coffee from what's left in the coffee maker and offer it to her. I'm gonna check out the VOD right now. Yeah, man. Arigato gozaimasu for giving it a look. Thank you. The break room remains silent for a while before Ai eventually breaks it. I'm not sure what to say, but you've been acting strange lately, calling it out. I love Ai, you know, because, like, bro, she just gets straight to the point. Maybe. Ai frowns at my bluntness. For the past 3 days, you've been absent-minded or worried about something. She explains that I've been weird since we went on our date. Then she asks me what the matter is. I headed to that gallery with Ai, then when we got home I ended up drinking. I found that letter. Stepmother. Nana? Oh. I have a favor that I would like to ask. Ai says, firmly squeezing my hand. It wasn't even so long ago, but somehow it feels nostalgic. Standing in front of that shrine where the glow of sunset shines down. It's mine. No, mine and Ai's secret place. The sun filtering through the trees at dusk is beautiful, and when I gaze at the natural tunnel... I brought these. Ai rushes over, half jogging. She holds out an ice cream. Also, just like before, immersed in nostalgia, I take a bite and feel a taste of happiness spread throughout my mouth. I breathe a sigh of relief. It's still the height of summer, and a cold ice cream is pure bliss. Besides, it's delicious, right, Nana? My girlfriend brought it just for me. The delicious taste is accompanied by feelings of gratitude. What's going on, David? How was your week, bud? Any highlights? I can't believe you got me in the break room and asked me out on a date all of a sudden. In my heart, I'm so glad that she brought me here of all places. Even now, I still come here whenever I'm worried about something. Of course, because it seemed like you were worried about something. When I joked that it was a good call, she smiles. Her innocent face is beautifully tingled with red. I can't help but be enchanted by her. She worried about me this much? I feel the corners of my eyes welling up. Pretending not to notice, I feign that the sunset is dazzling me and wipe my eyes. My matcha tea ice cream is delicious too, here. You're on PC right now for once? Nice. What prompted the switcheroo, I guess? I take a look at the ice cream, then I suddenly remember how I just had this in her mouth and I can feel my cheeks begin to glow. Even though we've done it far worse than that together. Carried away by a schoolgirl-like passion, I offer Ai a bite of my own milk and chocolate-flavored ice cream. I see her tongue flick out, and in that moment, it feels like time stands still. I'm so happy. Once we've taken our time and finished our ice creams, a veil of silence falls over us, but my heart still feels unfulfilled. I didn't see tiny bit. No problem. I just banned 5 people for rule breaking and some muted for also rule breaking. Banned them from where? So I got my grades back, and I'm doing great. Oh yeah, you did mention the grades earlier. How did the grades look in my Discord group? Dang. Well, it'd be like that. Hope the Discord group gets it together, man. As the sun finally sinks, Aya looks up at me with resolute eyes. I ask her what's wrong, straining to conceal the shrillness of my voice. That's when... Nana, is the reason that you've been so worried lately because I refused to live with you? No, that's just... As I panic, she takes one step forward and asks me with a serious expression if she's wrong. Should I just tell her about the letter from my stepmother? I ask my weak self. But the courageous woman inside me says, I'll deal with it myself. Oh god. Is it something that you can't talk to me about? I notice a glint in my eye and realize that my vision is becoming fuzzier. Isn't Ayatori my partner? Is this she the place where I belong? I hear a voice inside asking me. I swallow back the words that were almost on my tongue, but... It's about that day we were supposed to go to the art gallery. I've decided to tell her the truth. I tell her all about how I found a letter in my newspaper slot when we were drinking with Saki and Hate. I say that I opened up the envelope, read the letter, and discovered that it was from... your stepmother? What a great summoning session, let's go! Yo, you should have seen, like, after I got those weapons. So, somehow I had all of the materials I needed, pretty much, for leveling up the staff of Homa. I didn't do any pre-farming, but I had, like, all the stuff I needed. So I just got it to level 90, basically, in one shot. And I leveled up the Aqua Bow to level 60 so far, which is pretty good. It has really high crit damage. So, yeah, man, it really was a freaking good session. I think, because I don't have a lot of 5-star weapons on that Asia account, so that's kind of a big deal, too. Europe doesn't have any 5-star weapons yet. Americas has, like, maybe 4 or 5, and I think Asia might have, like, 3. So, yeah, I'm really starting to build those accounts up, you know? I don't know, Nico. What should I do next exactly? I've done all my Archon quests now. I don't have any missions. Mostly daily, other random quests, but what should I do now? I mean, if you want my honest opinion, look at what I'm doing. This is what you should be doing. Play another game. Don't just play Genshin. You know what I mean? There are like hundreds of amazing games out there. Find something new. Diversify your interests, you know? Don't just give it all to Genshin. Like, play Genshin for maybe like an hour or 2 a day and get into something else. Like, I play these Yuri games and I play a lot of games off stream. Like, I'm gonna try to get back into Pokemon. I want to play God of War Ragnarok. I don't have that yet. You know, I want to play a little bit of Elden Ring because I need to finish that. But yeah, just play a different game, dude. Just something new. No money? Bro, I mean, get a different free-to-play game then, you know what I mean? There's free-to-plays out there. You did know, Nico, I helped you with pulling? Yuri should be free, if I'm correct. No, Yuri isn't free. At least not the Yuri games that I play. Like, this one was 60 bucks. Physical copy. The last one that I played, Seabed, was 30 bucks for a physical copy. You can get some that are pretty cheap on Steam, but, you know, the cheaper it is, it's cheap for a reason, probably. If you want one that's got more value in terms of, like, art style or maybe the story being told, it's gonna cost some money. The one that was supposed to have died when I was a kid, lately I've been finding my room unlocked and receiving weird fan letters. It all makes sense, but I also tell her that convincing myself of that was the worst idea possible. I tell her that my stepmother is supposed to be dead, so there's no way that she could have sent that letter. I just haven't been able to let go of the possibility. I considers this. Ah. It's okay, you don't need to be so afraid. Ai hugs me and strokes my head. Her soft and warm hand melts the stiffness in my body and heart. But in that case, she tightens her grip around me and looks firmly into my eyes. I'll take you up on that offer you gave me before of living together. She proclaims. Really? Yes, I think you're overthinking things all on your own. I think that being together will help you feel more reassured. Just as she said, my worries began to fade at her cheery acceptance. I guess my feelings were really strong. It'll be okay. If your stepmother does show up, then I'll kick her butt. I feel so relieved as I hear her say those words and energetically thump her chest. That's right. I also feel like someone has been watching me. Oh god, the uneasiness that I still feel that someone has been watching me still hasn't abated, but I do feel much better. I hug Ai back. More than the heat or anything else for that matter, I feel surrounded by Ai's scent and a heart that accepts everything about me, and for a while, I'm able to feel a safety that I've never felt before. One day before the storm. Alright, sounds like we're getting close to the end of this route. It's been 4 days since Ayatori destroyed the wimp in me. It would have been funny if she said the simp in me. Or rather, it's been 4 days since she made me feel at peace. What hasn't changed is the fact that there's still a pistol in my kitchen cupboard and that I received a letter from my deceased stepmother. Since Ai is coming to live with me and said that she would protect me from a stepmother who may attempt to visit soon, my worries have faded, but there's still something that I don't understand. She may have agreed to live with me in the end, but why did she refuse at first? She told me that she would come and live with me because I'm afraid of the letter that my stepmother sent me, but it's probably more correct to say that the situation forced her hand. To me, there are still 3 things that I'm worried about. The anguish hasn't changed. What has changed is the wind has really picked up. Someone says suddenly, but I'm away with the fairies and unable to say anything back. Are you alright? Huh? I'm okay. I answer as a reflex. When Kokoro asks me what I'm okay about, though, she has me in her trap. Little sister may have a lot of things to worry about, but she is still concerned about how I've been zoning out. The wind is getting really strong, so make sure not to do any overtime today and go straight home. The typhoon is supposed to hit us directly during the night. The typhoon? Didn't you hear? Well, the typhoons to hit this region. This one is supposed to be in the strongest class. As soon as I'm finished with all the stuff that must be done here, I'll be heading home early too. I vaguely remember something about it on the news this morning. It seems to be all anyone is talking about right now, as across from me, Sachan and I are discussing it too. It's because you're zoning out all the time. Pay more attention. If you don't like typhoons, would you like me to stay over? It seems like everyone is worried about me. I tell Sachan and the little sister that I'll be careful and promise Ai that I will run under the covers and sleep as soon as I get home. Typhoons are the same as everything else. It's better to just try and sleep through them. But things change. Things always change. Even if I curl up under the covers and try to wait out the coming storm, that will tear them back off me and peer down at my face. The night of the storm. I don't realize that the power is out at first. Just as I promised I go to bed early, knowing that as the typhoon approaches, the noise will only stop me being able to go to sleep. But still. Yeah, I'm disappointed a bit because I want to also stream, but bad way when I stream straight on my PC. My PC lags a lot. There's no way to be away. Is there a way using like 2 PCs, like one laptop and other desktop to stream? I don't think so. I mean, you could have multiple monitors. So, like, you could have a monitor where you're streaming and then a separate monitor for looking at chat or things like that. Or looking at Discord if you want to do that while you stream. But it sounds like you just need more, like, better Wi-Fi or something, or better router connection if you're using Ethernet. So I don't know what it is that you need, but I don't think 2 PCs is gonna solve the problem. Even when I close my eyes, I still worry about the pistol and my stepmother. As time passes, the howls of the winds grow noisier, disturbing my thoughts and my heart. As the waging winds batter the windows, they are accompanied by fierce rain. I hear the wind and the rain getting louder and can no longer sleep. I keep my eyes closed, but having lay here for what seems like hours, I can't stand this thirst anymore and open my eyes. Maybe it's because I had my eyes closed for so long, but as soon as my eyes adjust, I can make out a vague outline. You don't need two PCs for recording and playing games. You can record while streaming using OBS. You can do both at the same time. The shadow of the tree on the window, warped by the wind, looks like a beckoning spirit. Desktop recording your laptop. You could literally just get OBS on your laptop and record what you're doing on your laptop. Staring fixatedly at the window, I realize that the power has gone out. Since the lights are off, this room is pitch black. Of course it is. What's strange is that I can't see the street lights or houses outside either. This isn't a lonely building in the middle of nowhere, but there are no city lights at all. Noticing that it's not just my room, but everywhere around me, where there are no lights, I realize the power is completely out. That sucks. Since I'm only going to go to sleep, it wouldn't usually matter, but if it's completely out, then I might not be able to use the toilet or get any water. I sat up on the bed wondering what I should do about this thirstiness when I stiffen like a cat. Now that I think about it, something like this has happened to me before. When I was a child, I was together with both of my stepmothers during a typhoon like this when all of a sudden the lights went out. Knowing that it was a power outage, one stepmother went out to buy candles and food, while the other left the room in search of a flashlight. I was left all alone. I couldn't stand the howls of the wind that sounded like a groaning apparition, and the fierce raindrops pelting the window as if trying to scare me, so I closed my eyes and covered my ears. And then I simply waited for my stepmothers to return. I was a kid back then, but neither of my stepmothers returned before I had begun to cry. Neither of them returned before I had worried both my mind and body sick. And I just wanted what is best for you, is what they said to me as I cried my eyes out. Even if it took some time, they thought that it was better that everything was properly taken care of. That's what they meant by what is best for me. That's right, the stepmother who taught me how to survive, and the stepmother who raised me with affection. The mother who died also deceived the idiot that was me with those words. That voice I remember all too well echoes in my mind, and a feeling darker than black itself swells up inside my chest. It's a deep rage, like a blood-streaked mud churning blackly and deeply inside my heart, churning along to the irritating tapping on the window. The typhoon echoing in my ears, and my mind intensifies, and the thunder and rain beat away at the windows and walls. It's almost as if huge crowds of people are clapping their hands all at once. The power is out, and inside this pitch-black room, I think of my mother's, my anger only increasing. All because of my fear that the mother who should be dead is still alive, and the wild delusion that she might come to harm me again. It's a foreboding feeling that I just can't shake. I try to drown out the fear with anger as I think about my two stepmothers, but the sound of the increasingly fierce storm simply paints over my feelings with more anxiety, even now. I'm sure. It sounds like the door. No, the delusion just made a sound. Unable to see anything in the pitch black, my eyes search for where it came from. And then, just at that moment, a bolt of lightning illuminates the room and I see her. Stepmother? Almost as if I had summoned her from my nightmares, my stepmother stands there. She looks as though she has battled through the rain, but she's wearing a raincoat with the hood drawn up over the eyes, so I can't see her expression. Are you my stepmother? My trembling question doesn't reach her. She just stands there resentfully. I was not a good daughter. I could never be the honest and unselfish child that my stepmother longed for. Regrets bubble up inside my chest. I love you. What? I love you. I may be shaken by the words that I never thought I would hear, but I also feel happy that she accepts me as her daughter. I still can't see her expressions. I love you, but you don't love me, do you? She mutters. I feel a pit of my stomach drop and my breath becomes ragged. No, I always cared for you. Then why do you ignore me? I sent you flowers, but you never responded. I try to tell her my appreciation, but I sense anger in her silence and the way she is standing, and I am unable to say anything. You always were unaware of what you did. My stepmother's resentment keeps my mouth even more firmly shut. Are we not going to talk about like how this woman got into her house, or how this woman keeps getting into her house? Like, is this not weird? Unaware, does she mean like how I didn't realize that she was sick? It was only after everything that was over that I heard from my other stepmother that she had been seriously ill. If I was your real daughter, I would have realized. You always said nice things, but that was all. She takes a step forward from the door, and I take a step back. I can barely hear her faint voice over the sound of the rain, but I can distinctly hear the anger contained within it. Everything is superficial with you, right? She says, taking one step closer. The distance between my mother and I shrinks. The darkness deepens. I can hear the silence and I squirm. Regret and anxiety swirl up in my chest. I take 2 steps, 3 steps back. Then I hit the wall. Stepmother. I reach my arm along the wall as if to plead for help from the otherworldly stepmother. My hand passes along the wall and finds the cupboard. A picture frame drops to the floor. The photograph inside is of me and I inside a greenhouse full of blooming flowers. A picture of me and my girlfriend. Stepmother, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Ayatori. We work together. She's so nice and she knows all about my past and still loves me. That's what she told me. You know that I was always searching for a place to belong. By her side is the one place where I can feel at peace. Even I managed to find someone to love. I say to my stepmother who stands still as a statue. I shouted out loud, fending back the tears. So stop this. I'm not alone anymore. I'm not the girl I used to be when I was little. So, I shout so loud that I drown out the raging winds. Even I'm not sure what I said. All I know is that I said whatever I could to reassure the stepmother who appeared before me like a specter and get her to leave. The stepmother stood before me like a ghost, faintly quivering before holding both hands out in front of her. I am not your stepmother. The moment I hear those hate-filled words, I also hear a sound like a crash. Nana. It's a hero's entrance. Are you hurt, Nana? I shouts over to me, unafraid of my stepmother standing in the center of the room. Wait, stepmother? The figure clad in the raincoat said that she wasn't just now. So confused, I tell Ida I'm fine. She lets out a sigh of relief. I heard what you said, Nana. You said that you loved me, that I put you at peace, so... Even in the darkness, I can tell that she's casting her gaze downwards. Then she raises her face, resolute, and looks me in the eye. I always knew that it bothers you that I turned down your offer to live together. It's just... She gulps. Could she have had a change of heart? The wind and the rain stir up an unpleasant feeling. I simply tells me that she did not want to hold me back. You're just gaining traction as a voice actress, so if people found out that we were living together, if they knew that you had a girlfriend, then... It sounds like she couldn't get the last words out. She's probably worried that it would cause my popularity to go down. I haven't had a change of heart. Realizing that it was all a kind-hearted misunderstanding, the disgusting feeling in the pit of my stomach completely disappears, and I feel saved. I get it now. Feeling like we are finally back on the same track, I feel like everything is going to be okay now. I'll never forgive you. Oh god. What? I'll never forgive you. Never forgive you. Never forgive you. Her small voice echoes louder and louder, betraying her madness. As if all of her strength has left her, my stepmother crumples slightly in the middle of the room, repeating, I'll never forgive you, yet again. She twists her body around and looks right at I, not me. My stepmother charges at I, but she misses, colliding with the door. Switching positions with my stepmother, I stumbles over to my side. You're betraying me again. Again, Nana? Betraying you? I can't say that I'm not, because I'm completely different from the girl my stepmother really wanted. But she's not my stepmother. But I love you so much. You know what this is? This gotta be a crazy fan who's like in love with Nana and is probably lesbian. Flailing her arms around like the howling wind outside, she hits the door, the fridge, the cupboard, as if she's trying to hurt herself. The dull sound of battered flesh and objects falling to the floor provokes more insanity. Whoa. Things are flying around the room as if the typhoon has penetrated through the walls, and I hear the horrible dull sound of flesh being struck again, and then I hear a harder metallic noise. Shuddering as I see it on the floor, I try to leap forward in a panic, but I is still holding on to me, and all I can do is watch my stepmother, and no, the woman in the raincoat, pick it up without hesitation. That's right, it's the pistol. Who the heck is that? Is that someone we know? Nana. They got blue eyes. My stepmother shakily picks up the gun and settles its aim on me. I screams my name and tries to get in front of me to protect me, but my stepmother is very obviously filled with wrath and hatred. No! I step in front of I to protect her and face my stepmother once and for all. She whispers something, but I can't hear it over the raging storm inside. In the blackness, my stepmother pulls the trigger and oh god. Imagine it's empty and it's full of blanks or something. So it would be very weird if this ends with like a death or even a hospitalization. The tragedy of that stormy night. Is averted by Marie Mahler. Oh snap, that night. My stepmother picked up the pistol and the woman clad in her raincoat pointed it right at me. Together with a clap of thunder, the bang of the gun rings out, but it's only noise. There are no bullets in it. In fact, it's filled with paper streamers and confetti. I had a feeling. After a moment of silence, I hear the sound of the door opening again as Saki Mugendo charges my stepmother and knocks her to the ground. After I and I finally come back to our senses, we restrain my stepmother altogether and report her to the police. They confiscate the pistol together with the woman in the raincoat. As can probably be guessed by the fact that streamers came out of it, the gun is nothing more than a toy. With a little bit of tinkering, it had been redesigned to go off like a party cracker. In the hallway of the police station, I explained to I all about why there was a gun in my room. I calls Marie Mahler. After talking for a while, she tells me that it was a joke gift. She talks about how there was a letter in the bottom of the box. The letter is meant to talk about how the gun is for parties and send me some warm greetings. What? Once she hangs up, I and Saki corner me and asked me to tell them about everything that has happened lately. I blurt out about everything that had me worried. Out of all that, Saki Mugendo frowns when I talk about the letter from my stepmother. Isn't that like future mail, she asks? According to her explanation, there's a service that lets you send mail in the future on a specific date. When I tell her that I've never heard of it, she whips out her phone and points out the service to me. The pistol and the letter. With both mysteries solved, I feel a huge weight come off my shoulders. Maybe I've just completely run out of energy. Sitting tiredly in the hallway of the police station, an officer approaches me and tells me all about the woman in the raincoat. It's a crazy fan, right? Let's see. Oh! Well, this is a fun image. Bro. Hold on, guys. How do we... Let's get some screenshots, you know, because you know how I am. I need the screenshots. And for this one, we're gonna turn off a couple of things. Psst. We gotta turn off that arrow too, and we're gonna turn off me for just a moment. All right. Don't feel sad, guys. I'll be back. But dang, like we need this. Don't mind the fact that there was a Dakimakura there for a minute. Ignore that. Ignore that. Hey yo, what? Bro, this looks so good. So the woman in the raincoat was that magazine editor. I mutter soaking in the tub. Oh really? What the heck? What the officer told me in the police station was that the woman in the raincoat had said that she was my girlfriend. Oh god. As I fervently denied it in front of I, the officer remarked that the woman's testimony was all over the place and inconsistent, so they didn't trust it anyway. The officer then told me the woman's full name and asked if I knew her. At first I wasn't sure, but it's the name of the editor of the voice acting magazine that came to the office to interview me around a month ago. I don't remember it, but apparently we had met once before, and after reading all about me, she had found what we had a lot in common and took an interest in me. Yeah, so a crazy fan that fell in love with her. She gradually developed a dependence on me, and in the end came to think of me as her girlfriend. I turned out the one who had been opening my lock, sending me flowers, and even the fan that sent me the bath bombs was her. It was because I had accepted her gifts, the bath bombs and the flowers, that she thought that I had accepted her. After hearing that story, everything I had been suspicious about began to make sense, and somehow it all made me very sad. She was someone who had never been accepted by others. That was me before I met I. So are you sure that you're okay with that? This is just sus. This is hot, my guy. I asks me suddenly. As she washes her body, I reply with another question, asking what she means. Talking about how you're not going to file charges. Oh, that? I'm okay with that. When we all restrained her and called the cops, I still look at the woman's expression. She looked like she had been dispossessed by an evil spirit. It was the same face she made when you jumped in front of me. I know that's when she began to wake up from her delusion, that me and her were lovers. I explained. There's no Nana Tachibana left inside her anymore, so it's fine. I feel like I had seen a reflection of myself. Feeling like the hot water has cooled a little, I scooped some in my hands and splashed it onto my face. Oh, they're in it together! Maybe this should be the thumbnail, bro. Alright, we gotta take another pic. We gotta take a few more pics. So hold on. This is just too good. This is what we need in life. This is why we're playing this game. This is why we're playing this game. The other route didn't give us anything like this that was like spicy. It was just like, it refused to show kissing or anything. But this is where it's at. You don't have to send it to the Discord because I'm gonna post it myself. I guess this place really is cramped. I like how cramped it is though. I leans her body towards mine as she gets in the tub, resting her head comfortably in the crick of my neck. It's so nice, Nana. Thinking that she's talking about how I forgave a criminal, I begin to say that it's because I can sympathize, but I shut my mouth. It would have been dumb. Did you only just notice? Nana is nicer than everyone. I jest, back to my old self again. I laughs happily and squeezes my hand. Her warm, soft, and slender back presses against my chest, but my chest is filled with peaceful feelings instead of naughty ones. I feel happiness slowly spread throughout my body. Doing this makes me feel so happy. You might think that I'm joking, but... Yes? Nana feels exactly the same way. It must have been telepathic communication. I feel like she's making fun of me because she knows more complicated words. I playfully nuzzles her head into my chest. As I laugh at the ticklish sensation, I wrap my arms around I and hug her. You have no idea how happy Nana is. I faintly nods and says, I definitely love you way more than you love me. I can't extract my feelings out of my body and show them to her, but I know that I feel the exact same way as she does. I believe in them so much that I can reach out and touch them. They're incontrovertible feelings that have sparked the light inside my heart and chest. I may be a well of emotions, but I do my best to put my strong feelings into words, calm as a still sea. Ayatori, I will always. Finn. Alright, this one was like way better than the Kokoro side story that we did. I don't know what those characters mean. What did that once in a lifetime confession of love from me? Nana Tachibana, went well or not, is for only us to know. We know it went well. We know it went well. But one thing that I will say is that the path that I walk, much like that followed by the two women from Nie Majo and the End of the World, we'll continue on and on and on. Only that is for certain. Nika literally went, oh yeah, now that's what we need. Bro, that's literally what we needed, bro. I don't know why the last side story didn't even have like a kiss. Like, they talked a lot about kissing, but they never showed it. And it's like, you know what I mean? This is supposed to be the sort of like romantic endings. So if you don't have that, it's kinda, it defeats the purpose. This is what it's supposed to be. Alright, so you get trophies when you pick all the different like dialogue options. But I'm gonna go back and do that off stream, because I feel like most of the game, most of the dialogue ends up being the same anyway. So there's no point really streaming it. That's just like self-satisfaction doing that just to get the trophy basically. There's no other, I think, strong purpose to it. And I have a lot of other things that I need to do. I'm gonna make a YouTube short. Gotta start prepping for the filming tomorrow of my anime figure unboxings. So I'm gonna end stream here. We will continue streaming this next Saturday at the same time. Next Saturday, I think I'm gonna go with Saki's story on the top right. I think that one will be cute. And then after we're done with Saki's, maybe the following weekend we'll do Marie's. And then we'll save whatever this is on the bottom for last. Hanukkah. I think that's the president. She's hot. We'll save it for last, though. But alright, guys. BL and anybody else, thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling, chatting, and hanging out. I appreciate having you here. Tomorrow we'll have our anime unboxing, figurine unboxing video, and we'll have another 2 live streams, Genshin Impact and some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Until next time, guys, eat well, sleep well, take care of yourselves.